Peace to family, peace to God. So family, this is a download about, our ancient ancestor named Ocean. This is a download about the Caribbeans. This is a download about Atlanta. This is just a celestial download that I've been channeling for. I've been had the message, but I see like us unite amongst each other. We are actually pulling in downloads and helping each other open new gateways, right? Shout out to the Goddess Divine Feminine Energy for inspiring this to help tap into it, right? So the Caribbeans, right? You see how the Caribbean's water is so clear and so beautiful? You see how the Caribbean's water is so clear and so beautiful, but people how expensive it is to get down to the Caribbeans. Only rich motherfuckers really have land and have able to travel down to the Caribbeans, right? For us as neuromelanated people, for us the ones that may not be as fortunate to be rich enough to travel to these places, look at how we gotta break the bank just to get down there. Look at it. So let's get deeper. Let's get deeper, right? So when you look at the Caribbeans on the map and you look at with like Caribbeans, like this was Spirit showing, like look at the Caribbeans on the map, then look at Atlanta, then look at Bermuda Triangle. If you really look at the coordinates of it, it forms a triangle, right? Why you think they call it the Bermuda Triangle? Now, shout out to Rashad Jamal for this intellect, like to understand what has been done to us, to understand what's at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle, right? Understand, we have an ancestor named Ocean at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle, right? An ancestor named Ocean at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle. He has been trapped down there. Right? Understanding this, it shows you deeper how we have been treated as a people, right? Look at how we had always had land and stuff like that, indigenous land and stuff like that. What happened to that indigenous land, right? They killed us off and they flooded our cities and towns with water and calling these lakes and shit. You hear me? They flooded our cities and towns as indigenous people, and they flooded it with water, calling it lakes. They got world famous lakes and shit. Whole time this indigenous land and indigenous city, that indigenous town that once we lived as people, right? So look at our ancestors' Ocean. They got him trapped beneath the Bermuda. They got him trapped beneath the Bermuda Triangle. Why you think every time a plane fly over the Bermuda Triangle, people always go missing, planes always go missing? Because that's a celestial energy, a primordial God being trapped under there, right? So if you really pay attention to it, right? Bermuda Triangle from the Caribbean, from Atlanta, it makes a triangle, right? So Atlanta, we know Atlanta is the capital of Atlantis. This is where Atlantis is at. This is why they say the lost city of Atlantis. They say Atlantis flooded, right? Look at our ancestor Ocean. Originally there was no ocean. It was only the seas. There were seas, the seven seas. That's why they got seven continents. That's why they speak about this. That's why there's seven chakras. The seven seas, seven oceans, seven, you hear me? 7 seas, 7 oceans, 7 continents, 7 chakras, right? It all represents back to self. They just gotta hide it from us, right? So when you look at the Bermuda Triangle, our ancestor trapped beneath the Bermuda Triangle, understand the water that we see in the Caribbean and why it's so clear, and why the waters in the Caribbean doesn't infuse with the other oceans, because the Caribbean itself is the primordial gateway. It's an entry point into the planet Kai. That's why the water is so clear. And understanding that, our ancestor Ocean that's trapped beneath the Bermuda Triangle, this is why they say the lost city of Atlantis is sunk, because they trapped our ancestor beneath the Bermuda Triangle, right? So when Ocean rises up, this is when all the other seas will become clear, right? This is why all the other seas become clear, right? The Bermuda Triangle, and why the waters cannot infuse with the other oceans and stuff like that, because they have our ancestor Ocean trapped beneath the Bermuda Triangle. And they got our ancestor Ocean trapped beneath the Bermuda Triangle with these labradorite crystals. Understand, we have huge gigantic crystals that reached out into the cosmos, right? Huge gigantic crystal towers that reached out into the cosmos. And the Caribbeans, we have like labradorite crystals that was in the labradorite crystal pyramids that was in the, it was a gateway. It's a gateway in the Caribbean. Is made of labradorite crystals, right? But when they just came down and destroyed us and invaded us, they used that energy and they trapped our ancestor Ocean with the labradorite crystals to keep them trapped beneath the Bermuda Triangle, right? So, knowing that Atlantis is the head and the capital, Atlanta is the head and the capital of Atlantis. When you pay attention to the triangle from Caribbeans to Atlanta to Bermuda, from Bermuda, Caribbeans, and Atlanta, it makes a triangle, right? This is Atlantis. This is where Atlantis at. 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 So when you look at it deeper, right? I got deeper into it, right? Look at the dollar bill, right? Why do you think they got the pyramid right there on the dollar bill? Why do you think they got the pyramid right there on the dollar bill? we understand like that's showing us they got the pyramid on the top, they got a trapezoid at the bottom, and they got the pyramid at the top, which is a whole pyramid. They're showing like separation for self, right? Let's get deeper into it, right? The trapezoid, right? They chopped out ancestor ocean in the trapezoid. They chopped out ancestor ocean in the trapezoid beneath the ocean, right? So when you look at the other pyramid that's on the top of the dollar bill, the other pyramid that's separated from the bottom half of the pyramid, right? That's showing like the things they hide beneath the surface. So therefore, they use the other half of the pyramid to illuminate light. They illuminate light. The pyramid is not supposed to be separate. It's supposed to be put together, right? So therefore, understanding that, they showing you that the things that we don't see, they hide it beneath the ocean. They put it in the trapezoid. They hide it beneath the waters, right? So like looking at it now, it's like we understand like the pyramid represents self, is an indication of self. Like even look at the Merkaba. You go into the Merkaba, right? You got the want to say the Merkaba, right? You got the bottom half of the triangle, the bottom half of the Merkaba represents divine feminine. The top half of the Merkaba represents divine masculine energy, light and darkness, right? Light is the masculine energy, darkness the feminine energy. So when you look at the pyramid on the dollar bill and you see the trapezoid at the bottom, that's the darkness, the things that they hide beneath the surface. It's not a full pyramid, therefore it's a trapezoid, because they trap us and block us from being able to tap into that intuition side, and they separate the darkness from the light. So therefore, this is why they call it the Illuminati, because illuminating light, they illuminate light through their agendas, right? So that's why they got to separate the pyramid, because they want to promote their agendas and keep us separated from what's going on beneath the surface. And this is like a little quick download that was always on my soul, and this is me like opening and expressing my throat chakra, because I see it for one, and shout out to the gods that really like she made a message about it. Now I'm able to reciprocate and actually, you know, like put this out, the information out, because it was always there. So now like that's why I say like it's important for us to connect and really build with each other, because now understanding this, they don't talk about it in the Caribbean, how hot it is in the Caribbean, right? It's getting hot on the planet, and just in general, right? They're not talking about how hot it is getting in the Caribbean. They're not speaking about it. But the Caribbean is getting so hot. Understand, this is a entry portal into this realm. So look at how it starts. Look, imagine how hot the stars. That's why. Imagine how hot the sun is. Understand, when there's a portal being open, the energy have to be open, because the energy gets to speeding up. To open the portal, it takes a lot of energy to open that portal. So therefore, in the Caribbean, it's getting so hot that these people are invading the Caribbean. They are these individuals that's in the Caribbean, these rich people, these people that got land in the Caribbean. It's not meant for them to be there. So therefore, they about to start migrating out of the Caribbeans, and understand when the planet heats up and the heat speeds up in the planet, understand there's new and ancient light codes that's being activated. So knowing that these people are about to be able to, they leaving the Caribbeans because it's getting too hot. They can't handle the heat. If you can't handle the heat, stay the fuck out the kitchen. You hear me? So they moving. People are migrating from out the Caribbeans and going to like cities where it's like they promote like, you hear me, like there's shit like that. But we understand is like the fact that it is a portal, entry portal in the Caribbeans. And understand that they have an ancestor ocean chopping east the Bermuda Triangle, and understand Atlanta is the head of Atlantis. That's a triangle right there. So Spirit is going to have us as the chosen ones going through these different, I want to say, celestial gateways. Celestial gateways. That's what I feel like. Celestial gateways. And ancestors going to have us traveling to places that activate and use these light codes to help freeing our ancestors, to help free and use this light code to help healing the planet, right? A lot of us gonna have to be called to go to the Caribbean and stuff like that, because these are places where we gotta naturally go and invoke the healing, using these light codes to help heal planet Cow. We gotta set the T, set the intention. It's like we rebuilding these structures, these crystal pyramids, and we rebuilding the pyramids, we rebuilding this ancient information. Therefore, us doing that, we gotta tap into these light codes that's been activated through these different divine celestial gateways, and Spirit is gonna have us travel through these gateways to help heal the planet even more. And that's just the message, and that's the download I had. That's a divine celestial download right there. Like I just felt that shit shoot up my spine, and it's like I just express gratitude because having the insight to see that, having the insight to see like we should be able to come together as a people, because we hold the keys within each other to help each other open ourselves and open these gateways within the realm. We can open up gateways and portals within ourselves, and therefore us open up gateways, peace, perfection. Therefore us open up gateways and portals within ourselves. We open up gateways that receive new ancient ancestral light codes that we have to use to activate and open the planet up to healing and new celestial beings and ancient divine beings to return it back down here. And that's really the message I have to say. I have for the family. Peace to the gods, love,